We might expect that the most natural response to being told by a kind, patient, and attractive person that they loved us would, after a small intake of breath, be to believe them. But little in our emotional makeup is ever quite as simple as it could be. In order to trust that someone who tells us of their love is sincere, that they aren't slightly mocking us, about to change their mind, in touch with someone else, harboring intentions to betray us, or about to die, a lot needs to have gone right early on. For a significant number of us, a declaration of love, while intensely welcome in theory, can't avoid feeling at some level unbelievable, peculiar, and daunting. It will therefore set up a violent oscillation between hope and despair, trust and fear, longing and skepticism. We may call this anxious attachment, but this is too polite a term for what should, based on the behavior it inspires on the ground, really be called angry attachment. In the face of love, some of us feel an overwhelming need to aggressively and explosively test what we're being given at every turn. This testing can take many forms. We may need to break up with our lover 8 times in a year, not because we really want to, but because each occasion allows us to experience a cathartic dose of pure panic, and then the immense relief that the one we adore will have us back. We may feel compelled to make a jealous scene every time our partner goes out with a friend because, deep down, we can't believe they could truly love both us and them. If they treat us to a nice meal or a present, we may unconsciously opt to puncture the mood and engineer a crisis, just a signal that we can't be so easily hoodwinked. We might accuse them of having betrayed us online and won't be convinced otherwise until they've been submitted to hours of interrogation. For some, being in a drama can feel like the most relaxing of our options, even though it could be very painful for everyone involved. In the past of the anxiously attached person, there will have been fierce threats to love's integrity, which will have made a vigilant stance feel like the only way to remain safe. Unlike the avoidant, the anxiously attached have experienced love, but they will have had to suffer grave dangers too. Someone dying or going away, someone constantly changing their mood, or finding a new family to live with. The moral of childhood was that love can exist, but never reliably, and so it must be permanently watched over with the ferocity of an Alsatian. The tragedy is that in their desperation to see if something is solid, the anxiously attached may end up entirely unnecessarily shaking it to pieces. A partner who may have started off with every intention of loyalty might, after being constantly badgered about their intentions, eventually start to wonder if they might not be better off with someone else. After the 100th time of being doubted, a partner may, in the end, give off some serious reasons for doubt. However, the path to healing begins with understanding. If the anxious can accept that their condition isn't a sign of random sickness, but is the result of a very identifiable sort of upbringing, they may develop the courage one day to explain their fears first, of course, to themselves, and then to a partner. They can, without shame, teach their beloved that they don't mean to be so cross. They're just worried. They don't want to doubt them. They simply don't know how not to. They don't want to have to keep breaking up. They just can't believe that things could truly be viable. As their partners will ideally eventually realize, they may need to be told in the very nicest of ways, as they once again develop a terror or engineer a drama, to simply stop thinking, be quiet, and surrender to a very, very tight hug. The more they understand the origins of their behavior, the more the anxious can perceive that it has outlived its uses. It may have made real sense to cling angrily to a parent at the age of 5. They can be proud of the younger version of themselves for determining such a clever defensive strategy. But they can also then thank that younger self gently and tell them that they have the situation in hand now, and so they can finally relax and enjoy some of the ease that should have been theirs from the start. The catastrophe the anxious fear will happen has already happened. It won't, with a few standard adult precautionary measures in place which have nothing to do with any need for ongoing theatrics or anger ever need to happen again. And so begins a new chapter, one written not in the frantic script of fear, but in the steady prose of earned peace. With this profound self-awareness and the gentle patience of a loving partner, the cycle can be broken. The relationship becomes a sanctuary, a place where the old wounds are not just acknowledged, but are allowed to heal. A flicker of old panic might still arise, but instead of igniting a firestorm, it is met with a knowing glance, a reassuring hand, and a shared smile. This is the beautiful aftermath of the storm, a quiet, resilient love, made stronger by the scars it has helped to mend, proving that the safest place to be is not in a state of high alert, but in a state of mutual, trusting surrender. If this exploration of anxious attachment resonated with you, and you'd like more insights into emotional well-being and the complexities of relationships, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that fosters understanding and healing. Thank you for watching.